Okay guys, good morning. Restring Saturday. Got a few guitars to string up today. This first one right here is a Fender Stratocaster. This is a Highway 1, made in USA. Z6 is the serial number, so I'm going to say that is 2006. And my customer, he was doing some work to it, and he's got the saddles here kind of they're wavy. This is way too far back, the B string here, and so I gotta intonate the guitar and then put another set of strings on it. So he currently has 10 gauge strings on it, and I've talked him into putting 9s on here. And let's see now. So our low E string. First thing I'm gonna do is tune the guitar. So that we can kind of take a look at these saddles. And it is a little chilly in my store this morning. It is December. And so that might have a little bit to do with intonating this guitar. It might be a little, once it warms up, right? Okay, so flat. Okay, so I know I have to move this saddle forward. Okay, hold on, let me adjust the camera. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? He's got the B string, you know, really tightened down. And so when I tune the guitar and I press down on the 12th fret, we can see that we're flat. So flat, move it forward. Sharp, move it back. So I'm going to go ahead and roll this thing forward here, and it's going nice and quickly and really easily. Now let's tune it back up to pitch. So right there looks perfect. And try the E string. Looks good. The G string looks good. Yeah, so I'm not sure why he was doing that. One thing that my customer that owns this guitar was doing, okay, so he's saying, so he's coming in here and saying, hey man, some strings don't sound clear. And what's weird is I set up these guitars based on, you know, string height, playability, right? But my customer is focused on how each string sounds and how each note sounds. And they're all different frequencies, and when you hit a different note, you know, they're different frequencies. So it's a strange thing what he's thinking about, and I never think about it that way. Like he's going through the guitar and he's going, well, this note sounds like that. Why is this one sound like that? I don't know. I don't understand it. I'm just setting this stuff up based on what my tuner tells me, based on what my notch straight edge is telling me. This fingerboard is flat. The nut looks like it's cut nicely. Yeah, so some of these saddles are a little out of whack here. I'm just gonna level them. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull these strings off. And we're going to put a new set of strings on it. But after I get the new strings on here, I'm going to, again, check the intonation and everything. But let's go ahead and get the new strings on here first. Let's see if I can get these out of here without taking the back plate off. Yeah, if I can avoid taking that back plate off, I will. This is a 1970s headstock design. It's extra wide right here, so you got the big Fender logo on there. But these are the string trees. You got two of them on this guitar. And American-made guitars, the insert, the truss rod insert, is made out of oak. And on the Made in Mexico stuff, you'll see a black piece of plastic. And on some inexpensive Squire stuff, there's no insert whatsoever. So let's go get a pack of strings for this thing. Today's string choice. Okay, here we go. Super slinky Ernie Ball 9-42s. America's favorite guitar string. Made in USA, Coachella, California. Home of the world famous Coachella Music Festival. Unfortunately, Coachella Music Festival does not have Heavy Metal Day, right? Bunch of hip-hop artists and stuff. Unfortunately for me. Maybe not the rest of the world, but for me. Okay, so I got my radius gauge out. I'm gonna put this along here right at the 12th fret. Now to me, this looks like a 10-inch radius. So when I'm down here setting up these saddles, you want that same radius. So I have this little, it's another like string radius bridge gauge kind of tool. You lay this underneath here, and you sort of lift it up like this, and you can kind of see how much room you have under each saddle, you know, to see if you can make adjustments based on what it looks like right here. And so that looks pretty good right there too. So I do have these tools that, you know, are used for checking your radius. I suppose you could probably set it right on top here too, and take and just get a good look at that and see if they're all touching nicely. Actually, it looks like my B string might be a little bit low. So yeah, you can use this. And these are available on Amazon, very cheap, inexpensive tools. This video is brought to you by Swiss Picks. It's not just a pick, it's a science. Available at ZIMM'S Guitars or at www.swisspicks.com. Alright guys, so this guitar just came in, and there's no name. It's a no-name, probably late 70s Les Paul, straight out of Japan. And some of the clues about a Les Paul is it's a pancake body, so I think you can see where there's two pieces of wood there. And it's a bolt-on neck. So Gibson, they made very few bolt-on necks. I won't say they didn't make any. But this guitar has the binding all the way around the neck. And if you've seen a few Japanese Les Pauls from the 70s, then you would definitely know that this is 1970s. But one thing that is really cool about this guitar is the bridge on here. So it has a tremolo on it. Now this bridge, this is called the Bowen handle. So B-O-W-E-N, the Bowen handle. The only thing that could make this a little bit better is if you had a roller bridge installed, which it does not. But this is called, again, the bow and handle. It's something cool. I looked them up on eBay, and you can get them for about $100 or so, used ones. And I don't know how old this piece is, but I'm going to say that this was probably from the 1980s. And where's my case at? Okay, so I'm looking over in the case that it came in, and it actually has this old strap that came with it, and I don't know how old this is, but it has the original bridge piece that sets down on here. So I know that this is not factory to the guitar, because here's the original bridge piece, that the stop tail bar. They came in the case with the guitar, and you can see if you set it on there, it fits right on there. So kind of a unique thing. And I know that a lot of you guys, I had not heard of this tremolo before this guitar rolled in here. And I think it's kind of really super cool. Especially if you can, like I said, get your hands on a roller bridge that has the little roller wheels on here. This would be a really fun guitar. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. You know, people have been making modifications for their guitars for many, many years. And this is one of those kind of things that has come along. And again, it's called the bow and handle. So I thought it'd be fun to share that with you guys. All right, so today on the bench, we have a Gibson, and this is an SG012345. It looks like a 2003 SG, and it's in for a string change and a setup. So let's test out the electronics. Very nice. And so let's take a look at our string height, because the customer that brought it in, he's saying that it's kind of hard to play. And yeah, there's quite a bit of relief in the neck. And he already has his truss rod cover off. And I looked in the case, and the truss rod cover is not in the case. So he's been messing with the truss rod a little bit. So 24 3/4 inch scale length, the Gibson scale length. 10 gauge strings are normally exactly what I would recommend for something. But for this guitar, I'm going to try some of those Ernie Ball 9.5 through 44s. Just to make the guitar a little easier for him to play. So we will pull these strings off of here. And I'm just going to cut them off and throw them straight into the trash. Although, when you run your finger underneath a string like this, they feel clean. But we're going to change these. And we're going to try to make this easy to play for him. So we're going to take a small amount of some Music Nomad F1 oil. And petroleum free. So we're going to put a couple of dots on here just to hydrate the neck a little bit. just to clean the neck. The frets look real good on this guitar. Nice and clean. That got a lot off there. She's a clean machine, this one. A little bit of dust here. We'll hit that a little bit. With some Music Nomad Guitar 1. All-in-one polish. Get some dust out. Put that right back down. All right, let's grab a pack of strings. Today's string choice. Today's string choice. Like I said, we're going to do a 9.5 through 44, the Primo Slinky, just to make the string height and the playability of this just a little easier under your fingers. Because sometimes a little easier under your fingers. Just, you know, it gives you that attitude. Man, this thing plays like butter. And it makes you kind of feel like you're a little faster at guitar. And it doesn't hurt your fingers to play for a while, you know. There's benefits to having lighter strings on your guitar. Snag these tuners down real quick. Alright, let's take a look at the neck again. And it's got some relief in it. So I'm going to go ahead and snug the truss rod down. This is what your standard truss rod tool looks like when you get a Gibson. Has a little screwdriver on the Phillips on the end. Fits in here, just like that. We're going to snug that down about that much. And let's take another look at it now. It's a lot closer. I'm going to give it one more small turn. There we go. Take a look at it again. And what my notch straight edge is doing is just showing me if the fingerboard is completely flat. Okay, so that's got a little tiny bit of back bow to it now on the first 2 or 3 frets. So the neck is kind of going down this way instead of up this way. And so that should be pretty darn good. Let me tune the guitar up the pitch. And I'm just going to play the guitar a little bit. It feels pretty darn good. I think he's going to like where that's at. So now I'm just going to stretch the strings out a little bit. Always got my left hand down here to protect the nut. There it is. Real quick little string change setup, truss rod adjustment.